The Portable Media Center is a new category of device that allows you to take all of your entertainment with you. Obviously your music from your PC, but in addition to that, all your digital photos, plus any digital video or recorded television. So you really have one device, you can carry all of that with you, so wherever you go, you have all of your entertainment with you. So let's go ahead and take a look at the device. I'll show you how it works and what it can do for you.
Okay, great.
So the device I have here is the Creative Zen Portable Media Center. Creative is one of the partners doing portable media centers for this fall. Let me walk you through the experience on the device. The Creative Zen here has a 20 gig hard drive, so it allows me to take all of my entertainment, my music, pictures, videos, recorded TV with me. Let's go into the music experience just because that's the richest in terms of metadata. So you can see we follow the same user interface conventions as the Media Center PC on the desktop. Although you aren't required to have a Media Center PC, it just has that same look and feel. I've drilled into music, started in the artist list, but if you go left and right across the top here, you can pivot around different views. So you can get a list of all the songs, you can go by genre, things that you've synced recently to the device, or by albums, and obviously we have album art here that allows you to identify those albums really quickly. So let's go into the artist list. I'm going to scroll down to get to one of my favorite artists. I really like Sting. So if we drill into Sting, you'll notice we have the list of artists here. When I drill into Sting, it takes and it puts the artist list across the top, so I can go left and right between the other artists and see what songs or what recordings, albums I have from those people. And here it's just showing me the Sting albums. So again, I can go into a particular album, so it'll say Nothing Like the Sun, and again it puts the Sting albums across the top and the list of tracks on that album. So I can go left and right to scroll through different albums that are by Sting. Unlike other players where you have to go up and down through the hierarchy, this really lets you get at your digital music really quickly. I'm going to go ahead and start this album, so I'll hit play all. We go into a now playing view, and in this case it's a really simplistic view that just shows a progress bar, but I can go left and right here as well. So if I push the right button, let's get back to this one, brings up a view with album art, the track information again. I can go right, a big album art view. Here it gives me a list of the tracks that are upcoming, so I could go to another track and start that one up. Quick access to the settings that I might want. So here I could turn on shuffle play, I could go up and rate the song. When I rate it, it'll sync back to my desktop so the ratings are updated. Or I could get back to that minimalist view. So now that I have music queued up, let's take a look at some of the other things on the device. I can hit the green button, takes me back to the start page just like on a Media Center PC. We can go down into My Pictures. And then you can see I have digital pictures on the device categorized by the different events that I've gone on. So my family took a trip to Disney World recently, so we can go into the Animal Kingdom, which is one of the areas down there. I can either look through the list, and again we have thumbnails, or I can start up a slideshow. So we get a little overlay of the current information of the track playing, and then it'll transition between the photos, so I can get a good experience of my digital photos and queuing up some music, or I can use the up and down arrows here to go through and see other pictures. So you can see Lilo and Stitch with my kids and so on and so forth. Of course, the piece de resistance on the Portable Media Center is recorded TV or videos. So I can drill in here, and here I have TV shows that in this case were recorded on a Media Center PC, but could be recorded on other TV tuner cards. We had several manufacturers of TV tuner cards and DVR software for Windows announce support recently. So in this case we can queue up an episode of Friends that was recorded, hit OK, and you can see we've got the Friends information there from the recording. I can hit the forward button to skip ahead 30 seconds, so if I want to get right up to the beginning of the episode. I can scan through if I know at a particular point in the episode I want to get to. In this case, I've got commercial. But then I can go back. The back button always takes me back, or I could switch to some other show. In this case, our Lilo and Stitch theme from Disney World. And we can skip ahead and get into the Disney Channel recording of Lilo and Stitch.
So what is the difference between my TV and my videos?
Great question. So in general, my videos and my TV are really the same information, same type of information, because they're both videos. My TV has extra metadata that's generated either by Media Center Edition or by the TV tuner cards, where it says this show, name, the title of the show, when it aired, those sorts of things. So in my case, I've got some video on there that actually shows that went into videos because of the way that, you know, in the early part of the production of the device, the metadata wasn't being read. But here's two particular things, so we can go and look at the Today Show that was recorded. I'll go ahead and resume play. And in this case, if we actually skip back a little, you can see the portable media center on the Today Show recorded off there. And again, here left and right, we can get metadata around that TV show. So really, it's video in either case, and it's just what metadata, so we can have different information and categorize things differently. So you know, if you downloaded a movie off of Cinema Now, it would go into videos. But if you recorded a movie off of your Media Center PC or a TV tuner card, it would go into my TV because it had that extra metadata.
What size display does the portable media center have?
So the portable media center display size is up to the manufacturers. They are using between about a 3.5 to 4-inch screen. The resolution is quarter VGA, so that's the same resolution on most Pocket PCs today, although in a landscape orientation rather than portrait. But as you can see, especially in video, the video quality is really good for the holding the device in your hands and watching a show. It also supports TV out, so you can plug in cables to the AV out and set a setting so that it goes to the TV. A great scenario for sharing digital photos in a larger environment. Or like in my case, when we took it on vacation, we were able to hook the device up to a TV and have the kids watch their recorded TV shows, in the hotel room.
That sounds like a fantastic reason to buy one.
It's a great reason. Just since we've been getting them out in the hands of press and a few folks at Microsoft to see it and get feedback on the device, we've already gotten a couple anecdotal reports of how they're great for kids in travel. One person was on a flight where, up a few rows was a kid who had been screaming for 2 hours of a 4-hour flight. To try and help him out, he handed them the device, queued up Barney that he had recorded for his kid, and the rest of the flight, no peep out of the child. So he was able to do a quick impromptu demo at the end of the flight and say, this is great, here's what they do, on sale, starting the beginning of September from Creative and other manufacturers later in the fall. So, it's great for that. We have one person who bikes into work, and so when he's done biking into work, he'll, take a shower here, luckily, so we don't have to all smell him. And while he's shaving, he props his up and watches, Baseball Tonight from ESPN from the night before to get the baseball highlights that he wasn't able to see the night before. But really taking that video information with you to be able to do it anytime. And he usually, in that case, listens to music on his way biking into work. Thank goodness he's not watching video when he's trying to bike into work.
That also raises an interesting question. So you talked about on a flight and listening to music on your bike on the way into work. So exactly how much information can I get onto this device, and what kind of battery life do I get out of this?
So this device has a 20 gig hard drive. You can get, if you devoted the entire hard drive just to video, about 80 hours of video because of the compression and the use of Windows Media Video 9 on the device. The Creative device will get up around 7 hours of video playback if you're just playing back video. Music
that's
playback,
in terms of battery life, right?
That's in terms of battery life. So you may have 80 hours of video on the device. You'd only be able to watch 7 hours at a time. Although the Creative device also has a removable battery. So if we open up the back here, they'll sell additional video or battery packs. So you could watch even more than the 7 hours of video at a time by replacing the battery midway through.
Maybe another great accessory would be an in-flight charger. So if you're on an aircraft with laptop power in the seats, you just plug in and use it for the entire flight.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. I mean, they have DC in for charging, or if you have power, you can run the device off of power. But yeah, for long flights, you could either have the accessory battery or potentially an adapter to be able to hook into power on the seat.
Great. So far we've looked at the media playing on the device. So I guess the next question is, how do we actually get media down onto it?
Great question. So let's switch over to the PC here, and I'll show you what on the PC you need to be able to get content onto the device.
Okay, very good.
So on the PC, what you need is a Windows XP machine with the new Windows Media Player 10. In this case, I am running a Media Center edition, but that really just gives you some added functionality that Media Center provides and isn't required. So in this case, let's start up Windows Media Player. You can see the new interface that has optimized access to some of the functions. In this case, I'm in the library view, so you can just see the different types of media that Media Player is now categorizing for me. So in this case, we can look at all music. You can organize by album, genre, etc. They also have TV, so on a Media Center PC or for TV tuner cards that are writing out information in a way for Media Player to be able to see it. You can see a list of the recorded TV shows. Also, just in all video. So in my case, I have some TV shows that show up in video because early in the process, I sort of batch converted them without all the metadata.
Seems to be a lot of Star Trek there.
There's a lot of Star Trek there. There's a lot of, you'll notice, I don't actually watch a lot of Dora the Explorer, but some of my kids enjoy that. Now, one of the other new things is pictures. So the Media Player will allow you to point to pictures on your hard drive and set those up for synchronization as well. So in this case, what I will do is walk you through the process for actually setting up those synchronization rules for getting things onto the device.
Is there any additional software that I need apart from the Windows Media Player 10 to be able to sync down to the device, like Active Sync for Pocket PC?
Right, great question. In fact, no. The new functionality in Media Player 10 uses a protocol called MTP, Media Transfer Protocol. And it's a driverless protocol. So any device that supports that MTP protocol is just plug and play. You plug it in, it'll get recognized by Media Player, and it'll start you through the synchronization process.
Okay, so you mentioned plug it in. What do I plug this into? Is this USB? Is this 3094? What do I need on my PC to be able to connect?
So you need USB, preferably USB 2.0, so that you can transfer all that media quickly across. It'll work on 1.1 as well, but just a lot slower. So I have a new device here because I want to show the synchronization process. We'll drill in and show that there's actually no music on here at all, no TV, no pictures, no video. So in this case, I have a docking station that's connected via USB 2.0 into my PC. I could directly connect it as well. So we'll go ahead and just dock the portable media center into that. You can hear the USB identification. It's found the new portable media center hardware. And all I've had to install on the PC here is Windows Media Player 10. I don't have to install any drivers that come with the Creative Media Center device because it's all encompassed within the software on the device and within Media Player on the desktop. So Media Player 10 comes up with a device setup screen that's allowing me to set up how I want to synchronize media entertainment files to this device. And at a high level, I have two options. Automatic allows me to set up rules for what information should go onto the device, versus manual, where I basically do drag and drop onto the device through Media Player itself. With video and with a recorded TV source like a Media Center PC, I find automatic works a bit better because then I can set it up for automatic as a TV show is recorded that would want to go onto the device because of the rules I've set up. Media Player in the background will do the conversion process to take that PC formatted video or TV show and convert it down to the format that's ready for the portable media center. So say I record the Tonight Show, once the recording's done, if there's no activity on the PC, at 12:30, 12:45, they'll kick off the process to translate that into the format we use on Portable Media Center. And then when I dock it in the morning to head off to work, it'll synchronize over in a matter of a minute or so with that hour show, if not less. And then it's ready for, if I'm riding the bus in or, on a subway, be able to view that. So in this case, we'll go ahead and walk through setting up an automatic mode. And I'm going to go ahead and customize the playlists that'll be synchronized so that we can walk through how I can adjust the priorities of what information should come across. So here, it gives a list of all of the playlists that I've set up inside Windows Media Player. So I have a rich ability to almost create queries through the smart playlist functions of Media Player for the types of information I want to come across. So it has some examples like music that's 4 or 5 stars, music that I've added in the last month. So say I purchased new tracks from MSN Music or from Napster, I can bring that across. Pictures, videos, TV recordings, so on and so forth. So in this case, I know I want all my music to come across. I want all my pictures to come across. I have too much video, so I've created a couple that's based off of the ratings that I've done. So since I want to entertain my kids, I rate the kids' stuff 5 stars, so that comes across. Then stuff that my wife and I might like to watch, a couple recorded movies that we've done. And then if there's other video that's available, we'll do that. What I can also do is select the prioritization. So here I've only shown the selected playlists. And for the purposes of this, I want to make sure some video makes it onto the device. So I'm going to synchronize video first, and then music, pictures, and then whatever other video is available. But I have a lot of power here. In this case, I'm just going to set up a few simple rules. So I click Finish. Media Player stores that information about what kind of information I want to synchronize to the device, and then it takes me into the synchronization pane is brought up here, and it's showing the information that's copying over. We can switch out of the library into the sync view itself, so it gives us a little bit more information. So right now it's copying over Star Trek Enterprise, the episode name of Countdown. And you can see the progress that we're getting. So this is an hour show, and we're already up to about 50% in getting that copied over. So it'll be in less than a minute, I'll have an hour of video copied over to the device itself. So we'll go ahead and let that one video synchronize over, the one recorded TV show. And then I'm going to go back in and change the sync priority so we can get some music and some pictures onto the device, just so then I can unplug the device and show you that it all made it over there appropriately. But you can see it, based off of the rules that I've set, have queued up what it's going to try and transfer over. So the first few things here are videos, and then it starts getting into all the music that I have set up. So I'm going to hit Stop Sync for the time being. It goes and it changes the connection between the device and the PC. I'm going to go back into that sync settings dialog. In this case, I'll go ahead and move pictures to the top, and then music, and then we'll hit.
Once we've set up this automatic sync, is there a way for me to manually just sync one track, one picture, one TV show?
There are ways that you could do that through basically setting up a playlist that has certain information. So you'd actually add say I want to sync a certain playlist of videos. I would go and I'd create that playlist and then manually put the items in that playlist if I want to continue using automatic synchronization. If I think that I want that manual control, I can always switch back over to manual sync and control everything manually and not worry about any of the automatic rules kicking in.
Okay.
So in this case, I don't know if you can notice, but we're synchronizing pictures across. And you can see the pictures come across really quickly. Although we're taking the full, say 3 megapixel file off of the desktop, we're actually converting it down so you can get a huge number of photos on the device. Upwards of 50,000 photos onto the device, and then navigate through them and see them. But in this case, you can see it's just kind of flashing across with the quick conversion down to the size the portable media center uses and the copy across. So again, since I want to be able to show all the types of information, I'm going to stop the sync here with pictures, and then I'm going to go and move music up to the top. And normally you just let this all go, and it would figure out what information should move to the device and what information, when there's a conflict based on your prioritization, what information should come off the device. So say you added more music and music was your highest priority, it could remove the lowest priority videos off the device to make room for that music. So let me make sure we get through at least one album here, synchronizing. And then I'll disconnect and I'll show you back on the device the fact that we got the music and pictures and videos synchronized across or copied down. One great thing about the protocol is I've been hitting stop sync, but in this case I can actually just pick the device up out of the cradle because the synchronization is interruptible. It's all transacted so that I don't have to worry about damaging the device or the information on the device. So if we drill into my music here, you can see we got a couple artists come across. If we go into the album view, you can see I've got part of Billy Joel, a couple Amy Grants because they're coming across alphabetically. If I go into my pictures, you see I've got the same set of pictures from Disney World that we looked at earlier. And then if I go into my videos, there's that Star Trek episode. If we go ahead and start that up, find some actual things that aren't commercials. You can see more commercials. And the television show transferred over in a really quick amount of time. So that's really how you get content that you've already got on your PC over to the Portable Media Center by using Windows Media Player 10.
Okay, that's really neat. What if I don't have a Media Center PC and I still want to get movies and that kind of content down onto the device? Is there a way to do that?
So there's two ways of doing that. One, as we talked about, is there are TV tuner cards manufacturers out there today that usually bundle TV recording software. Like Hapag is one. NVIDIA has some solutions. And with those, the software that records TV, many of them have announced intentions to support portable media centers and Windows Media Player 10 so that you could add a TV tuner card to an existing PC and start recording television shows that way. The other way is that we're working with content providers to produce content for portable media centers. So two that are announced and working today is Cinema Now, that has a library of movies that you can go out and select, download, either to rent, so you'd have them for a certain amount of time to view on the device, or to buy, and so that you could have them for as long as you want. Also, Major League Baseball through MLB.com has game highlights, condensed games, classic games available for download to purchase and then move over to the device as well.
Okay, so that's a pretty good demo of the device. Is there anything that you want to wrap up with?
No, not really. I mean, that's you've got a great overview of the device. The creative devices are on sale at retailers like Best Buy starting early September, as well as pre-orders on Amazon.com for both the creative device and the Samsung device that both run Portable Media Center software, and both will be available for purchase for holiday season this year. So, hope you enjoyed.
Okay, thanks very much.